1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey.
Welcome to the Boomers channel. Thank you for joining us, a home for music lovers and stories behind the world's biggest stars. Today, we bring you news that over the past few hours has made the public restless, fans full of questions, and international media busy piecing together theories. Not because of an official announcement, not because of a grand press conference, but precisely because of the absence of an explanation. One name is echoing loudly once again: Bruno Mars. There was no countdown, no teaser, no long post filled with clarification. And yet, something has happened. Something that looks simple on the surface, but feels strange when examined more closely. Since that moment appeared, one question has continued to circle in many minds. What is Bruno Mars actually doing? Some fans initially thought it was just a coincidence, a normal activity from a musician long known for surprises. But the more eyes began to watch, the clearer it became that there was a pattern difficult to ignore. Not one, not two, but several small details began to connect, forming pieces of a puzzle that has yet to be fully solved. Bruno Mars has always been known as someone who never does anything halfway. When he appears, the world listens. When he goes silent, the world becomes even noisier. And this time, that silence feels different. Not passive, not empty. Instead, it feels as if something is being carefully prepared behind it. In recent weeks, the public has noticed subtle changes in his activity. Not big, obvious shifts, but small movements that could easily be overlooked if not observed closely. The way he appears, the way he disappears, even certain moments that feel too perfect to be called coincidence. All of this has led fans to one temporary conclusion: Bruno Mars is moving, but choosing not to speak. What makes the situation even more intriguing is Bruno Mars's own attitude. There is no denial, no confirmation, no familiar subtle smile that usually serves as an early hint. This silence has instead become fuel for speculation. Fans have started digging into old archives, recalling past patterns, trying to match what is happening now with steps he has taken before. Many remember how Bruno Mars has often appeared without warning right before announcing major projects. There were times when he deliberately disappeared from the spotlight, only to return with work that immediately shook the industry. Is this another example of that pattern? Or is there something truly different this time? Social media, of course, has been unable to avoid the wave of reactions. Discussions are popping up everywhere. Question after question is thrown into the air, often without answers. Why now? Why without any announcement? And why does it feel as if there is a hidden message behind this seemingly ordinary move? Interestingly, quite a few music observers believe that this quiet step is actually a strategy. In a world full of noise, silence can be the loudest statement. And Bruno Mars, with his long experience, surely understands how to create curiosity without saying a single word. On the other hand, loyal fans are experiencing a mix of emotions that are hard to explain. Excitement, anxiety, and curiosity all at once. Some hope this is a sign of new music. Others suspect an unexpected collaboration. There are also those who feel Bruno Mars may be preparing something far more personal, something he is not yet ready to share with the public. But one thing is certain: the world's attention is once again focused on him. Without big advertising, without aggressive promotion, without dramatic words. With just one unexplained move, Bruno Mars has managed to create a massive wave that continues to grow minute by minute. Is this the beginning of a new era? Or merely the opening of an even bigger surprise? Why has Bruno Mars chosen silence, and what is he protecting by keeping it hidden? As of now, everything remains a question mark. But that is precisely where the fascination lies. Bruno Mars is not giving answers, and perhaps he wants the world to wait. And as the waiting continues, the atmosphere around Bruno Mars grows thicker with anticipation. The longer the silence stretches, the more people begin to feel that this is not an ordinary pause, but a deliberate moment of restraint. It is the kind of calm that feels heavy, as if something powerful is being held back just before it breaks into the open. Observers have started to notice how this moment differs from typical industry cycles. Usually, hints are scattered openly. Cryptic captions, symbolic photos, short clips that clearly invite interpretation. This time, however, everything feels more restrained, almost guarded. It is as if Bruno Mars is carefully controlling not only what is shown, but also what is not shown. And that restraint alone has become a message in itself. Fans, meanwhile, are filling the gaps with their own interpretations. Some point out how Bruno Mars has always valued timing above all else. He has never rushed releases, never followed trends blindly. Instead, he waits for the exact moment when impact will be maximal. This belief has led many to think that whatever he is preparing is not meant to simply exist. It is meant to arrive at the perfect time, when the world is ready to listen. There's also a growing sense that this move could signal a shift, not just another project. Over the years, Bruno Mars has reinvented himself without ever losing his core identity. Each era has felt distinct, yet unmistakably his. Now, with this unusual quietness, people are wondering whether he is standing on the edge of another transformation. Not louder, not flashier, but perhaps deeper, more intentional. Industry insiders have remained notably cautious. No leaks, no casual confirmations, no anonymous sources close to the artist offering clarity. That absence has only strengthened the feeling that whatever is happening is being protected carefully, almost fiercely. In an age where information spreads instantly, such control feels rare and therefore significant. Among fans, the emotional response has evolved. At first, it was simple curiosity, then excitement. Now, for many, it has turned into a kind of shared vigilance. Every detail is watched closely. Every appearance, every absence, every subtle change is examined as if it could be the missing piece. It has become a collective experience, uniting people not through answers, but through questions. Some longtime listeners reflect on how Bruno Mars's music has often balanced confidence with vulnerability. Behind the polished performances and infectious rhythms, there has always been a layer of honesty. This has led to speculation that whatever comes next might lean into that side more strongly. Perhaps this silence is not just strategic, but personal, a moment of reflection before revealing something meaningful. What makes this period especially compelling is that it resists easy conclusions. There is no clear narrative yet, no confirmed direction. And in a world that constantly demands immediate clarity, that uncertainty feels strangely refreshing. Bruno Mars is not chasing attention. Attention is chasing him. As days pass, the conversation continues to grow rather than fade. That alone speaks volumes. If this were a minor moment, interest would have already moved on. Instead, it deepens. The silence stretches, but instead of losing momentum, it gains weight. Each unanswered question adds to the sense that something important is being delayed, not avoided. Perhaps that is the true power of this moment. By choosing not to explain, Bruno Mars has reminded the world that mystery still holds value. That anticipation can be just as impactful as revelation. That sometimes, the most compelling story is the one still being written. For now, all anyone can do is wait, watch, listen closely. Because when Bruno Mars finally decides to speak or sing or step fully back into the spotlight, the context of this silence will matter. It will shape how that moment is received, how it is remembered, and how it resonates. Until then, the questions remain open. The theories continue to evolve, and the sense of expectation only grows stronger. As the silence lingers, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This moment is no longer just about curiosity, but about trust. Trust built over years between Bruno Mars and the people who have followed his journey from the very beginning. Many fans believe that this pause is an unspoken promise, that when he returns, it will be with something honest, deliberate, and worth the wait. There is also a quiet confidence surrounding his name. Unlike artists who must constantly remind the world of their presence, Bruno Mars has reached a point where even absence speaks loudly. His influence does not fade in silence, it sharpens. The longer he stays quiet, the more people listen for what comes next. Some fans describe this period as standing in the final seconds before a curtain rises. Nothing has changed on the surface, yet everything feels charged beneath it. A single step forward, a single note, or even a single word could shift the entire atmosphere. Until that moment arrives, the world remains suspended in anticipation, watching, wondering, and waiting. Because when Bruno Mars finally breaks the silence, it will not feel sudden. It will feel inevitable. Until then, the questions remain open. The theories continue to evolve, and the sense of expectation only grows stronger. Stay tuned with the Bumers channel, because when the quiet finally breaks, it may just mark the beginning of something unforgettable.